Residential elevators used to be a sign of money, but today a lot of everyday families have them as homes tend to be smaller and they're going up, not out.
Yeah, and with the aging population, sometimes stairs can be tough to manage, but that convenience can come at a terrible cost to children.
Absolutely. Special I-Team investigation finds in-home elevators simply aren't equipped with some very basic safety measures. And Dana's here now. You've been investigating this and found some disturbing things.
Yes, we absolutely have. Of course, most of us don't think twice about getting into an elevator.
Right.
You know, they have all sorts of safety catches so that you don't get hurt. But an elevator in a commercial building and one in a home, well, they're designed in very different ways. Listen, in court documents provided by one attorney, one elevator company admits to dozens of injuries or deaths of children. I warn you, what you're about to see is hard to watch, but please, it is important as these residential elevators are being found everywhere at beach rental properties, maybe at your neighbor's home. This is what the Helvey family's day is like every single day. There's rarely a moment they aren't helping 5-year-old Jacob, who suffers from a severe brain injury.
All done.
This family's future changed with remarkable speed Christmas Eve 2010. Brandy Helvey did something very ordinary. She walked upstairs in her Forsyth County home to put wet clothes in the dryer.
He was down here watching his cartoons, playing with his cars on the fireplace. I had all the gates up, the doors locked. He was corralled in this one little area.
But she didn't worry. She assumed her 3-year-old was safe. Rubber padding dulled sharp corners, gates blocked stairways. But Jacob was, in fact, in terrible danger.
As soon as I got up there and started taking the laundry out, he yelled, "Mommy, Mommy, I want to come see you."
And like any unpredictable toddler, he did something he'd never done before. Open the elevator door. Most home elevators look like this. There's the main door, then a second gate. This animation, created for a lawsuit by the Helvey's attorneys, shows how Jacob stepped through one door, but not the other, setting into motion a future they never imagined.
I heard the elevator move. I heard the door open. I said, "Jacob, I'll be right down." Then I kind of heard a commotion that didn't sound right.
She called the elevator to go down to check on Jacob.
And at that point, I heard him start to cry. And then I heard the elevator just stop completely. In just matters of seconds, everything went silent.
Down the stairs now, she broke open a locked elevator door.
Right there is where I saw Jacob.
In between here?
In between there.
Jacob was wedged between the crushing weight of the elevator's cab and the floor. The Helvey's lawsuit animation helps explain this. Listen, it's tough viewing, but it shows how the elevator went up, then came back down.
I just fell to my knees and tried to help him. And I couldn't, of course, raise the elevator. I heard him gasp for air.
It took many rescuers and the jaws of life to get the child out, but Jacob was without air for 10 to 15 minutes. The Helveys assume that just like a commercial elevator, if someone is trapped between these two doors, well, the elevator stops moving. But most residential elevators don't actually have this feature. It wasn't until the families through the elevator company that they learned this risk for entrapment of children. Well, it's been known about for decades. They learned that in 2001, an 8-year-old boy at a bed and breakfast in Maine was crushed and killed by an elevator. As part of a lawsuit settlement, that elevator company sent this letter to other elevator companies all across the country, warning of dangers. It says clearly, when someone is caught in the gap between the doors, serious injury or death is likely to result. They even wrote there have been a number of deaths. This warning letter went to Wheelovator, who made the Helvey's elevator.
You know, it may have happened in Christmas Eve 2010, but it actually occurred, the event occurred when I purchased the unit. Because when I purchased it, they knew what the possibilities were.
Willovator was sold to ThyssenKrupp Access Corporation, who ultimately settled the lawsuit with the Helvies. In an email to the I-Team, ThyssenKrupp Access calls this a tragic accident. But the company believes it was caused by improper installation, not faulty design. Currently, the gap between the doors shouldn't be more than 5 inches, but this video, produced by the Helvies, shows not just small children like Jacob fit into this space, so do older kids.
If this could save another life, we have to get the word out.
And that's just what the Consumer Product Safety Commission wants to happen. Usually tight-lipped during an investigation, the federal regulatory agency told the I-Team while they look into child entrapments in residential elevators, they want parents to be aware of this very serious hazard. Had you just been armed with that information,
It never would have happened.
It wouldn't have happened. If we'd known that was a possibility, it would not have happened.
So you don't have any sort of sensor that would have recognized Jacob in that door. The industry will not budge on that 5 inches. So the Helvies came up with this. Cost them $150. This is so light, I carried it up the stairs myself. You attach it to the inside of the door. So if Jacob would have been inside, here's the accordion door. This is our mock-up. If he'd pulled this shut, it wouldn't have closed in the first place. Ron?
Wow. Well, Dana, what can our viewers do to help get the word out on this? This is very dangerous.
You know, they can share the story. It was really unusual for the government to say, spread the word. They just don't do that in the middle of an investigation. So do just that. MyFoxAtlanta.com, we're going to post this story, share the link. Like me on Facebook if you haven't done that yet. Join me on Twitter, Dana Fowl Fox 5. We're going to put the link there. Share it. That's all you have to do is hit share. What if you save one life?
Wow.
That's huge.
You were right. It was difficult to watch, Dana, but
Very
such
gripping.
really important information.
I
Thank
got
you
to
so
tell
much.
you, this has been really challenging for our entire I-Team. We've had a
Yes.
really, really tough time with this.
Well, we thank you guys for uncovering this. Thank you.